I do have to mention this case, though. This is from NBC. It says, a Washington state father killed his daughter's 19-year-old boyfriend for selling her into a sex trafficking ring, according to police. The boyfriend's remains were discovered in the trunk of an abandoned car on East Everett Avenue in Spokane last month, police said in a press conference. Investigators believe the victim was killed in November 2020. The girl's father, John Eisenman, 60, was charged with first-degree murder, being held on $1 million bail. So police said that Eisenman learned in October 2020 that his juvenile daughter had been sex trafficked in the Seattle area and obtained information that her boyfriend was responsible, according to the press release. Eisenman was able to rescue his daughter and get her back to her home that same month. When the father learned that his daughter's boyfriend was going to be at a location in Airway Heights, Eisenman drove there and waited for the 19-year-old to arrive. During that encounter, Eisenman abducted the victim, tying him up and placing him in the trunk of a vehicle. Eisenman subsequently assaulted the victim by hitting him in the head with a cinder block and then stabbed him repeatedly, causing his death. After the homicide, Eisenman drove the vehicle to a remote area and abandoned the car with the body still inside. Unironically, this is Father of the Year. I wish put me on that jury, and I will sentence him to a round of applause and free beer for life. And I say that without any hint of irony whatsoever. Assuming everything we just heard is true. I mean, assuming these details are all accurate, it's possible that they're not. But on the assumption that this is all true, I would certainly hope that there's no jury in America, even in Washington state, that would convict this man and send him to prison. I mean, they might feel like they have to convict him of something, slap on the wrist at worst. That naughty, don't do that next time. Send him on his way. But in reality, this is according to the details, this is a good father doing what a father should do. And doing what most fathers probably wouldn't do, or a great many fathers wouldn't, but not because they have a moral problem with it, just because they're worried, they're worried about their own livelihood and they don't want to go to jail. But I can tell you one thing for sure. Any father, if their daughter is sex trafficked, any father would want to track down the sex trafficker and kill him. And any father would feel and would be totally justified in doing so. It's just that if they wouldn't, it's just because they don't want to go to prison, which is not an irrational concern either. I mean, think about what this guy did. According to the report, this is from the police. It's not even the defense attorney making this claim. This is the police saying that his daughter was made into a sex slave. He goes and rescues her from sex slavery, gets her to safety, finds out who did it, tracks the guy down, beats him with a cinder block, and stabs him to death. They literally made a movie about that. That's Liam Neeson in Taken. And yeah, that's just a movie, but if you've seen, nobody watches that movie. Everyone, you watch that movie and you're rooting for Liam Neeson. I feel the same way about it here. That is the correct fatherly response to your daughter being sex trafficked. And the world is a better place today without that scumbag. With him stabbed to death and stuffed in a trunk, the world is a much better place. So congratulations to that man. And I hope he has I hope his Father's Day gift next year is getting off on all charges, because that's what he deserves. Listen, hit that subscribe button right now. Do it right now. I thank you for your compliance. It is somewhat appreciated.